Hi, fourth graders, it's Miss Kovarek, and I am here with our science lesson 22. So now that we've gotten into space a little bit, we've reviewed, we've learned about um, all of the different things that are in our solar system, I wanted to focus one day just on Mars because there's a lot of really cool things that are happening with Mars and NASA, and it's one of the most accessible planets in our solar system, which means that in the future we'll probably continue to study Mars and see if life can be there. So this is a picture of a rover landing on Mars. NASA sends different types of technologies into space to land on Mars so that it can take video, take picture, take samples from the dust and whatever else is in the land so they can study it and learn more about it. All right, so this is a website that's going to tell us some facts about Mars. All right, so there's a picture of the planet itself. It's often known as the red planet because it's colored like a dusty red, I would say. Here is Mars compared to Earth, so you can see Earth is bigger. Here's some facts about Mars and Earth. Mars has 2 moons. Its atmosphere is mostly carbon dioxide, which is why humans can't live there right now because there's no oxygen. It can be very, very cold there, negative 81 degrees Fahrenheit. The day is just a little bit over hours, but look at how long their year is. 687 Earth days is how long a year is on Mars. So that's how long it takes to get around the sun. Cool stuff. All right. Mars is the 4th planet from the sun. So it's still pretty close to the sun. Still gets a decent amount of heat. We're going to skip that. The size, here's Earth, here's Mars, and here's our moon. So Mars is bigger than our moon, but much smaller than our planet Earth. This is just a fun fact. If you weighed 100 pounds on Earth, you would only weigh 38 pounds on Mars, and that's because there's much less gravity on Mars. Look how far away this is from the sun. So the average distance from the sun to Earth and Mars. So the blue one would be Earth and the red one is Mars. 93 million miles for Earth and 142 million miles for Mars. It's the year, we talked about that. A year on Mars is almost twice as long as a year on Earth. It would take more than 6 of Mars to fill the volume of Earth. This is the temperature. It can get very, very cold on Mars. This is what the inside of it looks like. So we learned about our different layers of the Earth in CKLA. So as you can see, Mars doesn't have as many layers as we do. It just has the outer core and then the mantle. All right. And this is a nice little breakdown of the atmosphere. So this is what is in our atmosphere. Mostly nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and 1% other. Whereas on Mars, 96 carbon dioxide. And what's interesting is we have plants on Earth, and that's what takes the carbon dioxide and releases oxygen. So imagine if there were actually plants on Mars, and do you think that that would be a little bit different? Okay. So there's this Mars exploration project that NASA has implemented, and they explore Mars and they find out the newest scientific information. They use robots, so actual robots that can roll around Mars and take video of things. They use landers to send them into space and to land on Mars. And they even have mobile laboratories, which can be used with the robots to test things on Mars. All of these technologies are connected with a Mars-Earth communication network, and they need to have that so that they can talk to one another, they can send one another information, and the studies can get back to Earth. And the ultimate question that scientists are wondering here is, can Mars have the potential for life? Can living things survive on Mars? And why Mars? Why not a different planet? Well, first of all, Mars is the easiest planet to access in our solar system. It's easy to land on and it's easy to get to compared to the other planets. It can help scientists understand the history of life. If they can study how Mars has changed over time, then they can understand how things survive on different planets and what things might have lived there in the past and what could live there in the future. And again, we're wondering, can Mars be a place where humans can live? Eventually, in the very far future, Earth might not be livable anymore. We might have used all our natural resources. The atmosphere might not be livable. So they're looking for a second plan. Is there somewhere else that humans can live? Again, this is in the very far future. This is nothing that's happening anytime soon, but it's something that scientists are always studying, especially in astronomy. And this also helps us learn more about the Earth. Mars and Earth are very similar, and whatever we learn about Mars, it also helps us learn about our planet. So this is the Curiosity rover, and this was sent to space many, many years ago, and it's been on Mars ever since then. It has many different tools on it. It can roll around, it takes video, it records, it takes pictures, and this is a panoramic picture that it took of, I'm not sure exactly what this is. Let's see the video.
This is the largest and highest resolution panorama the Curiosity rover has ever taken. It's made up of almost 1,200 individual images taken.
You can watch this video on your own. You can pause my video and take a look at this if you'd like, or watch it at the end. This gives some really cool images of what Mars looks like, and you can really see some similarities to the land on Mars and the land on Earth. Okay. So one of the big questions, we need to have water. If something is going to be alive on a planet, they've got to have water. So the question is, did Mars have water at one point? And the answer is probably going to be yes. I'm going to have you watch this video as well. This place is called the Teal Ridge, and it's a place, oh, I guess this is only pictures. It's a place where they think there was a lake or a river at some point, and it looks very similar to places on Earth where lakes have dried up. So they're comparing it to Earth and what the places where lakes used to be look like now. So that's why they think that at one point there was natural water on Mars, and they think that it was at this place, Teal Ridge. All right, this last slide is just going to be a little organizer to help you gather your thoughts. So I separated it into past, present, and future. In the past, there were rivers, lakes, and maybe even an ocean. And we really can't answer this question yet. They're not sure if there was life on Mars. There very well could be, but there very well couldn't be. It's sort of a mystery at this point. Hopefully in the future they will figure that out. Present time, it's very cold, it's very dry, and it's very empty. They do have some large volcanoes in the crust, inside the crust of the planet. Has a very thin atmosphere, not made up of much besides carbon dioxide. In the future, NASA will keep studying Mars because of all those reasons we talked about. They will take rock and soil samples and possibly, hopefully, send humans to Mars at some point. That is the goal. Okay, let's go over your assignment. So, pretty simple today. Everything on here has been reviewed in the video, and I will also give you that slideshow. So use the website pages that are listed in the slideshow and use all those facts. Number one is Mars is the first planet away from the sun. Is that true or false? Number two, Earth is bigger than Mars. True or false? Number three, which is not, be careful, which is not a tool scientists send to Mars? Number 4, why is there a Mars and Earth communication system? What do they need that for? Number 5, why did scientists choose to study Mars? Why not another planet? Number 6, what is the Teal Ridge? Number 7, Mars most likely had rivers and lakes at one point, true or false? And number 8, NASA will stop studying Mars because it is not helpful, true or false? All right, guys, as always, reach out to your teachers if you need help. Use that video chat schedule, and I hope you have a great Thursday, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye, Adams.